Good evening. I'm Neman Indalembatiki of the Fiji Sun. Welcome to Fiji's only TV editorial show. This week on My Say, I'll talk about the continuing investigations on the so-called Christian states. The integrity of the continuing investigations into the brains and participants of the so-called Christian sovereign states in Ra, Nandronga, and Navosa depends on maintaining the momentum and standards. So much information is now out in the open. It requires the careful discernment of our law enforcement officers to ascertain whether the law has been violated. The central figure in this investigation is Sydney-based Indigenous activist Meroni Kerwin. At some point in this process, the long arm of the law that Prime Minister Vorainga Bainimarama referred to would weave its way into Sydney. In the meantime, all those who were associated with her here when she was freely moving between Fiji and Australia should be included in the routine investigations. The list should have names of those chiefs and SODELPA officials who were present when Ms. Kerwin made a presentation to them at the Fijian Teachers Association Hall in Nolly Street in Suva in May last year. Ms. Kerwin spoke about a petition calling for the return of Fiji to the descendants of the chiefs who ceded Fiji to Great Britain on the 10th of October 1874 in Levuka. She was to file the petition at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, Netherlands. So far, there is nothing on the official records there that it has been filed. What has happened though is that she has used it as a platform to launch the so-called Christian states. The document gave the members of the rebel movement the moral support it needed. Some of the descendants of the signatories to the deed of cession were present in that FTA meeting in May last year. Lawyer and senior SODELPA advisor Andilitia Ngoni has come out publicly and said that she was also present, but she advised the chiefs against signing it. They ignored that advice and went on to sign the document. Ms. Kerwin then traveled to Somosomo in Taveuni and did the same presentation at Mbosini Vanua there. The Tuidakau, Ratu Naingama Lalmbalavu, now SODELPA president, followed Andilitia's counsel and refused to sign. All those who signed should now be on the list to be interviewed by the police. They cannot be overlooked or spared to give credence to the investigations. No one is above the law. Just because they are chiefs or high-profile politicians does not mean that they should be absolved from investigations. They may all be innocent, but they have to undergo the same scrutiny that others who have been associated with Ms. Kerwin have been subjected to, because we are all equal before the law. Ms. Kerwin has poisoned the minds of groups in Ra, Nandronga and Navosa with a constant propaganda on social media. She knows that what she is trying to achieve is not possible and against the law. She is driven by an extremist ideology that has no place in the 21st century Fiji. On several occasions, she vents her anger and encourages violence and retribution against those who question her in the name of God. She sounds like one of those religious bigots who use deity to satisfy their lust for power, fame, and fortune. All of us should learn from this experience and beware of overseas fly-by-night operators who come here and take advantage of our naivety to satisfy their own selfish interests. This notion that the Itoke customary rights and land ownership are under threat is simply not true. If it was true, you would hear it from ordinary Itoke and their chiefs who reside in their provinces, districts, and villages. Life carries on as normal because their rights are fully intact. Let's wake up and realize that there are elements in our society, and they are in the minority, stirred up by suspicious foreign forces, want to divide and destroy our unity and resolve as a nation. Let's exercise wisdom and support policies that unite us and promote peace and harmony. I'm Neman Indalembatiki, and that was my say for this week. For more of my views, you can read the Fiji Sun. See you next week.